don't even understand. But the most simplest way to understand your body, your health, and how you can take charge of your health is why we have this beautiful, amazing organization. So welcome from wherever you're joining us from. We're really, really excited to have you. We're going to be talking about something very, very important this evening. And this is something that is a life sentence waiting to happen for a lot of people, but they don't know. In fact, I dare say most people are on death row,
3.2 million for this.
but they don't know. They are on death row. They are already serving a life sentence that will end at a death sentence, but they don't know. Because this insulin resistance is hidden. Though it has a lot of signs and symptoms, people just take it it's old age, it's childbirth, it's maturity, is this, is that. But today, we're going to demystify a lot of things. You're going to understand exactly why your body is acting the way it does. And at the end of it, you're going to take charge of your health and you're going to make use of the information you get here to take a different direction where your health is concerned. Now, insulin resistance is the root cause of a lot of health issues, a whole lot. I used to describe it like this. You have a tree, right? And a lot of branches on that trees. So this is how insulin resistance is one tree with 1,000 branches, branching off different ways, left, right, and center. But it is one single problem with a lot of different names well packaged together. All right. What is insulin resistance? What is even this insulin resistance all about? First of all, insulin itself is actually a hormone in your body that regulates your blood sugar. Every living person has it. This is how your body regulates sugar to make sure that sugar is not found in the blood, that your body uses up sugar when it comes in. Now, when insulin resistance begins to occur, is a condition where your cells don't respond anymore to this insulin. Insulin is sending out signals, but your cells are not responding the way they're supposed to respond. Why? Because there has been a lot of disruption happening. The hormone is made in the pancreas. The insulin hormone itself is made in the pancreas. And it is secreted once you eat anything that contains sugar. Once you eat sugar, the pancreas releases insulin to mop up the excess sugar, all right, and send them to the cells, to all the places that they are needed to function. Now, when you keep pouring in sugar continuously, morning, afternoon, night, the pancreas keeps releasing this insulin non-stop in order to control the sugar. And because of that, the insulin hormone now keeps going higher and higher and higher and never comes down.
Sorry, Doc, can you share your screen? It's not very clear. Yes, just optimize for audio. That's all. For sound.
All right. Let me do that because I want you guys to follow me. Okay? Just give me a second. It might also be my network. I believe we'll manage through because the network can be so poor and the screen can be a bit blurry. Okay. Awesome. Is it better now?
Okay, it's coming up. Okay, I guess it's network. Yes. All right.
Okay, awesome. So like I was saying, when you keep eating and taking in a lot of sugar, and by the way, when we mean sugar, we don't mean you carry sugar and put inside water and start drinking, no. Or you take Coke and Fanta and those things that tell you contain sugar. There are certain foods you eat that when your body breaks it down, the major component of that food is sugar. The other classes of foods are very minute. They are limited. All right. So the major component is sugar. And that sugar, when your body uses what it needs, the excess is now what it converts to fat and it stores it in organs like the liver and other places. So as long as you're pouring in anything that has excess sugar into your system continuously, Like, let's say, for example, you had bread and tea for breakfast. By lunch, you had rice with moi moi or rice with plantain and maybe some salad on the side, which is loaded with a lot of unhealthy fat again. Then maybe a piece of chicken or meat. Then by dinner, you will now do swallow like semo with maybe a goosey soup or one or soup or vegetable soup with one or two pieces of meat. If you look at the foods you've eaten morning, afternoon, night, the larger portions of it are carbohydrates. And the rice is processed. The semo is processed. The bread is processed. So you're actually consuming a lot of processed foods without even knowing. Even though you're doing portion control, you're eating a lot of carbohydrates at that. When it keeps pouring in like that continuously, and this is not the snacks in between, maybe biscuits, chin chin, puff, cakes, and chocolates, or any other thing you have in between as a snack. Because most people, when they think of snack, they don't really think of fruits. Why would I eat an apple? How much is an apple? Meanwhile, a biscuit 200 or 400 and you're good, or a donut, that one will fill me more instead of apple. And I'll be thinking whether I ate something or not. So you would rather go for a donut, a meat pie, a cake, a plantain chips. Those are the kind of things you think of when you're thinking about snacks. Now, when you eat those ones extra on top of all the processed food you've had, which most of them are processed because anything snacks is made from processed flour with unhealthy fats in it, a lot of sugar again added to it, you've loaded up a lot of carbohydrates. This goes into your system and pancreas is forced to release a lot of insulin to try to control it. And because it has released in the morning, it has not mopped up the one that happened in the morning. It released in the afternoon again, plus the one in the morning that has not gone down. So the size has gone up. Then evening again, it released, plus all the in-betweens inside. So you can see that a whole day, insulin is up, high, because it is struggling to constantly regulate the sugar in your system, to checkmate the glucose in your system. When that continues over time, your cells will no longer respond to insulin again because insulin signals the cells go and mop up all the sugars and find creative ways to use them for brain activity, breathing, eating, gassing, and everything you do as a human being while you're existing and living. All the energy you're expending, mental activity and all that, you're burning up energy. So your cells ensure that this glucose goes to all the places that it needs to function. But by the time you keep doing that continuously, and I'm not talking about 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, I'm talking about the last 20, 30, 40 years of your life. This is what you've been doing. So you can now imagine insulin constantly being high like that, non-stop. It never gets to crash or come down. After some time, the cells will refuse to now respond. No matter the amount of sugar in the system, pancreas will be pouring out insulin, but the cells will close their ear and say, oh God, we know they do, we don't tire, there's no place to put this sugar. That is when sugar begins to appear in your blood. And the doctor then tells you, madam, you have high blood sugar, what's going on? Have you noticed anything lately? And what have you been doing? Have you been eating? They'll now tell you have high blood sugar. You're already pre-diabetic without even knowing. All right. But it shows up in a lot of little ways because you're not paying attention. And this is what we're going to be discussing today so that you already know the signs before it happens. Now, what are the causes and contributing factor to insulin resistance? What do you do over time, or what happens to you over time that leads to your cells not responding to insulin anymore, leading to insulin resistance? Number one, visceral and ectopic fats. Visceral fats are the fats that you have in your body around your organs, your intestine. So it's the fat around the stomach. It guards the intestine, protects it. It guards the heart and other places, the liver and other places. Now, you are supposed to have those fats there because it cushions and protects your organs. All right. But the problem now is the more you eat those excess sugar and your body uses up what it needs, the entire excess that keeps floating around in your body, your cells convert it to fat. Your body converts it to fat and begins to store it around the viscerals, adding to the viscerals. Secondly, ectopic fats are triglycerides. Triglycerides are fats that comes from number one, seed oils, granite oil, and all the other oils you have out there that you use in cooking. Yes, I know that you have all the Watsons and the Cossons and all the foreign names and all the brands that you love. All those oils are very, very unhealthy. Very unhealthy. It takes your system about 2 years to break down that granite oil. Meanwhile, from your breakfast to your lunch and your dinner, you're eating granite oil. And all the snacks in between has vegetable oil, granite oil, seed oils, cotton wool, soya oil, canola oil, name anyone is loaded with it, including your margarine and your mayonnaise and every other thing, all sort of dressings out there that you have that you've never for one day look at the ingredients to know exactly what is there. So these fats is what jacks up your triglyceride. Now, where does those triglyceride go to? It goes to your blood vessels and begin to deposit itself there. That's why it shows up as high blood pressure. Because when the blood vessel is this big and visceral fats, the triglycerides goes and lines up the wall inside, it narrows the vein so that the blood has to now squeeze through to pass. That is the high blood pressure because of the squeezing through to flow to get to your body parts where it is required. All right. So that is why you have high blood pressure. So when your doctor is telling you don't eat salt, don't eat this, don't eat that, we're going to demystify a lot of things here so you understand this. So visceral and ectopic fat, especially for men above 40. In fact, women, if you're 30 and above, you have a tape at home, right? Awesome, especially if you're 35. Take a measuring tape, measure your waist size. Your waist size is slightly above your navel. If it is anything above 35, you are already insulin resistant. Yes. That is one way to know if you have excess deposit of visceral and ectopic fats. Measure your waistline slightly above your navel. If it is above 35 as a woman and you're 30 and above, you are already insulin resistant. For the men, 40 and above, if your waist size is above 40, you're already insulin resistant. So that's one of the ways to checkmate whether your body is depositing excess fat or not. Secondly, chronic hypoinsulinemia. This is where your pancreas keeps churning out insulin, trying to control the sugar that is coming in. All right. Inflammation. Sugar is very sticky. Glucose is sugar. It is very sticky and it gums to everything. It's just like drinking Coke or pouring it on the floor. Or juice, it becomes sticky. Even when it gets dry, if you step on that place, it is sticky. Imagine what it is like inside your body. It gums to everything, and that gumming irritates wherever it attaches itself to, and the place begins to swell and get red. That is inflammation happening already. Low muscle mass, sarcopenia also for the medical term. You begin to lose muscle mass the older you get. And the more muscle mass you lose, the more disadvantaged you are because muscle is one of the best sponge for glucose to absorb sugar. So the less of it you have, the less your body is able to, absorb sugar better. So you are at an advantage when you have more muscle mass because your body is able to handle some of these disadvantages better. And I know some of you ladies will say, me, I don't want to have muscle. I don't want to look like a man. That you not wanting to have muscle has placed you at a disadvantage already. So low muscle mass is not to your advantage. It's a big disadvantage and it's one of the reasons why you will end up being pre-diabetic or diabetic already, or even currently struggling with high blood sugar because of muscle mass loss. Physical inactivity, sedentary lifestyle. The lifestyle we have now, we sit longer than we are physically active. If you walk, you're at home, you're always sitting. You're not standing or constantly moving around. So you sit more. Then you enter a car sitting. You get to the office sitting again for hours. You come back, get into the car sitting. You get home sitting. And you wonder why you're struggling with lower back pain. Or your doctor is telling you have osteoporosis or osteospondylosis. because you have degraded your bones over time. That sitting down constantly has rubbed and rubbed and rubbed, and the bones have eaten through, and the nerves are exposed, and that now they are swollen because you have made a lifestyle of constantly being sedentary, no any kind of physical activity. Some of you here, when was the last time you did any kind of physical exercise? Took a long walk of 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes walk, sweat, and come back. From house, car, house. If you walk, if you climb a staircase, you'll be panting as if you went for a marathon. Physical inactivity, stress. The older you get, the more difficult it is to control your stress hormone, which is cortisol. Any little thing can trigger that hormone. Any little stress can trigger cortisol. And cortisol loves fat very, very well. So as long as cortisol is high, your body is in survival mode. And survival mode for your body is store fat, store fat. So your body is now in fat storage mode. All right. Sleep deprivation. This particular one, a lot of you, I understand you're hustling, you want to make money, you want to meet ends and all that. You are short charging yourself. You're stealing your future now. A time will come when you will struggle to sleep for 3 hours. You'll wake up, your eyes will be like torchlight till morning. You can't sleep. You will sit down like this, you can't sleep. These are things that we used to notice in people that are in their 70s and 80s. But now, 40s, 45, 48, 50, 52, they can't sleep. They're struggling to sleep. Why? Because their circadian rhythm is out of whack. Your sleep cycle is out of whack. You've retrained your body to sleep with short sleep time. 2-3 hours, because you have a lot of things you want to do and cover. And because of that, your body has adapted. Then out of nowhere now, you want to start sleeping 7 hours. And the beautiful thing about sleep is it is when you actually sleep that true repair and healing happens in your body. The fat burning mechanism happens when you sleep. It is when you sleep that your body now uses the nutrients you've been eating from food and the exercise you've been doing to build muscle. And the sun checks, because it's part of what we do in our program, to absorb vitamin D naturally, to now do the work of healing, repair, revitalization, and restoration in your body. So if you are not sleeping, you are not giving your body enough time to recover. It's like running a gen for 23 hours and shutting it down for only 2 hours. Then you put it back on and run it for another 23 hours and shut it down for 2 hours. Then you put it back on and run it. Imagine running a gen like that back to back to back for 1 week. What do you think will happen to that gen? You only shut it down to refuel, change oil, spark plug, and all that, and shut it down. Even if you do that, how long do you think the gen will last before it just one day refuse to come on? But that is what you're doing to your body. You abuse your body consistently, starving it of sleep, back to back to back, and you wonder why you're breaking down like a machine that is not functioning well. You're 2 weeks like this, you and malaria are struggling. If ordinary cough or catarrh happens to you, for 1 month, you'll be coughing, you can't recover. Catarrh will do you like this. You will have sore throat. 2 weeks, you can't talk or swallow well. 2 good weeks. You can't recover, you can't bounce back. And you wonder why it takes so long. If you have malaria like this, they will think that you're about to die. The way you'll be vomiting, the way you'll be behaving. They'll think that it's one severe health challenge that is doing you. Meanwhile, it's malaria. And before you even recover for the malaria, it will take you like another 2 weeks, because if you do anything strenuous, your whole body will just break down like this. You'll be sweating. You'll find someone place and sit down first because you're still in recovery mode. Why? You're starving yourself of sleep. Why do you think doctors tell you all the time, eat and rest, eat and rest, eat and rest? You say, please, sleep all the time. What will I do with sleep? I have things to do. No worry. That things you do, you will meet it. So puberty also does, because there's a lot of hormonal activity that happens during puberty. And if you're not careful and you're feeding yourself the wrong things, you can just train your body to become insulin resistant without even knowing. Pregnancy-induced high blood sugar, it happens because you eat anyhow. I'm pregnant. I want Coke. I want Fanta. I want chicken wings. You eat anything anyhow. And most of the things you're constantly craving are not even healthy nutritional things. And they're ridiculous things that are loaded with carbohydrates, sugar, and unhealthy fats. Those are the things you eat constantly, back to back to back to back. And you wonder why you're having pregnancy-induced high blood sugar, or you end up diabetic after pregnancy. All right? Certain medications, there are certain drugs you take that will just predispose you to being, insulin resistant. So be careful how you swallow drugs. Those of you that have a lot of medication, please just pick one of those drugs. Google it online and look at the side effects. You will throw some of them away. In fact, you will say, whatever it is that want to kill me, let it go and kill me. Let me know that this is what killed me, so that we know that I'm not killing myself by swallowing drug. Because the disadvantage outweighs whatever advantage you think that drug is doing for you. Most of these drugs are not something you take long term, and you've been on it 6 months, 3 months, 1 year, 8 years, 7 years, and you think nothing is going on in your body. Menopause. This is the one that a lot of people now use as excuse. You tell yourself that, it's old age, I'm getting old. Doctors are saying it's old age, you're getting old. How old are you again? 50, 52, okay. It's premenopausal sign, it happens. Don't take that for an answer. Don't. 60 is middle age, you are prime. At 60, you are at your prime. The goal is 120. 60 is you are now young bobo. You are now a young babe. That's when you should be rocking things. But they are pushing around in wheelchair. You're on dialysis. They are carrying you up and down from one lab to the other and from one consultant office to the other. And you're putting fear in your children because they're looking at you and they're afraid to get old. They don't want to end up like you. And that's why they are hustling like mad, because they want to be able to do what they want to do sharp, so that they will enjoy their life before they end up like you. You're not showing them the right way to go about it. You're not giving them good examples because you've refused to take care of yourself. All right? Poor diets, eating anything anyhow, no control. So these are some of the top contributing causes that can land you or your body straight into insulin resistance. Now, what are the common signs and symptoms? What are the clues that you can see in your body physically or notice about your body, and you'll know that, something is going wrong? Number one, acanthosis niagras. This is just a fancy name. There are people that you will see. You will just notice one black patch at the back of their neck. If they bend down, or if you see the back of their neck by mistake, the collar shift, you will just see the place is black. Then you will see the fair skin line in between. Are we together? Go to the chat box and answer me, yes or no. Have you seen people that like that? You see their neck, it will be black. Then you will see fair skins in between. Yes. That is insulin resistance already showing up. But they don't know. Have you noticed that you still having patches on your neck and things that look like little growth of warts on your neck and your armpits? When you're shaving, you're now seeing little growth of skin on your neck and your armpits. That is insulin resistance already showing up. Your waist size, I've talked about that one. If you're a woman above 30, once it's 35 and above, know you're insulin resistant. Measure your waist slightly above your navel. Measuring tape, those tape tellers use, just buy it. It's not cheap. Have it in your house. Measure your waist slightly above your navel. 35 if you're a woman, especially if you're 35 and above. If it is more than 35, you're insulin resistant already. For men, 40 and above, if that waistline is more than 40, you're already insulin resistant. It's only a matter of time. It will start showing up as other signs that we're going to talk about, because I'm going to mention the different things that can come up from being insulin resistant if you don't deal with the root cause now, because the root cause is insulin resistance, but it can come and become something else. It will be showing different faces later on, different sickness, different name, but the main thing that is the problem is this insulin resistance. All right? Adults, high triglycerides. That's why we encourage anybody that plugs into our program, make sure you do your full lipid panel test. Because if you do it, you can look at the result and overall it looks good, right? It is still below 200, which means it's good. That should not be your main concern. Your main concern is look at the LDL and the triglycerides. If they are above 50, you have insulin resistance already. It should not be above 50. It should be 50 downwards. And the lower it is, the better for you. Because remember how I described it, triglyceride is the fat that goes and lines itself inside your blood vessels. This is the, LDL is the one that wraps itself around your organs, your kidney, your heart, your liver. It will wrap, it's like cobweb. It will tighten and squeeze it so that the organ cannot even function properly. But you see this triglyceride, it goes inside the organ itself, inside the blood vessel itself, and it packs there. And one of the first ways it shows up is high blood pressure. The minute you start having high blood pressure, go and check your triglyceride. It's very high. And this is one of the earliest signs to show that you're insulin resistant already. So if you're here listening to me and you've not done your full lipid panel cholesterol test, after this class, the first thing you do tomorrow morning is go and do cholesterol tests. Check the overall total number. It should not be more than 200. Check the HDL. It can be from 50 above. Check the LDL and the triglyceride. It should be 50 below. If it is anything above 50, note that you are already insulin resistant. Darkening of the knuckles and groin. Women, that dark patches in between your thigh. You're saying, it's my thigh that is rubbing together. It's not. That's insulin resistance showing up. Having dark black knuckles everywhere. That's insulin resistance that is showing up. Sometimes it can be due to rubbing of creams. We know women, we know ourselves, we know that sometimes there are kind of creams you rub when you're bleaching. It will show up as dark knuckles. But on a normal, you're a dark-skinned girl like me, then you're suddenly having dark knuckles. Look at my hand. Look at my hand, though. Look at my hand. You're suddenly noticing you're having black knuckles everywhere. And you're not rubbing cream. You already know what is happening to you. All right? Skin tags, I've talked about that. Finding it difficult to sleep, especially once you eat. Then even if you sleep, you wake up fatigued. You slept, though, but you wake up tired. You'll be drawing like a bono, as if you're moving down the truck from your bed to stand up like this, and it's like war. Now, almost muscle, sometimes you go push yourself, come off of bed. Know that is insulin resistance that is showing already. Difficulty losing weight. Before, if you just do something, the weight will disappear. If you just fast, 7 days fast, juice fast, whatever fast, you do one of these food dieting, the thing will just disappear. You lose weight. But suddenly you're noticing that you do this one fast. You even join church 40 days, 30 days fast. Nothing is happening. Just know that is insulin resistance showing up. High blood pressure, I've discussed that already. If you have health challenges like PCOS, fibroids, that is insulin resistance underlining. It's just a fancy name on top. All right? Then low HDL. So people don't used to believe this. HDL is the good fat you're supposed to have. If it is below 50, you're in trouble. So imagine this. This is a result of someone. HDL is 65. Triglyceride is 60. LDL is 125. Is this person insulin resistant or not? Please tell me in the chat box. Is this person insulin resistant or not? LDL 125. HDL is 65. Triglycerides is 60. Are you seeing it there already? That means if you even put the overall result together, LDL and HDL, the person is already above 200, which is very, very unhealthy already. Very unhealthy already. So these are the common signs and symptoms, little clues you can use in knowing that, I'm going overboard. I'm actually preparing myself for sickness because it will show up. It's only a matter of time. It might take 5 years, it might take 6 years, it might take 6 months, it might take 3 weeks. But one day you will collapse, they'll rush you to the hospital, they'll say your blood pressure is high. You will collapse, they'll check your blood sugar. You wake up, you don't even understand your system. You go to the hospital, they check your blood pressure high, check your blood sugar high. They'll ask you, madam, how did you survive to come here? That is it. Now, what are the health risks that shows up if you don't handle insulin resistance, if you don't target insulin resistance and deal with it when it is still just showing up as insulin resistance? Number one, it becomes full-blown diabetes type 2. It becomes high blood pressure. It becomes sarcopenia, full-blown muscle mass loss. Erectile dysfunction, my young men, yes. You're in your early 20s, late 20s, heading 30s, you can't sustain. You cannot sustain. You're using drugs. You have to use drug or use other things to sustain yourself. You can't last. And you're wondering what's doing you. This is what is doing you. It is insulin resistance that is the main three. One of the branch is just erectile dysfunction. You don't just know it. Now you know better. So go and check what you have been drinking. All those energy drinks you're downing. All that alcohol you've been swallowing like water all the time. Back to back. Every weekend you're in the club, raising it up. Then during the work days, 1 or 2 days out of that, you're in one side bar, drinking it up to calm down, to step down because of a difficult day. You're priming yourself already for erectile dysfunction. All right? Alzheimer's disease and dementia. This is where memory loss begins to happen and you begin to lose memory, lose touch, or have your brain dying. Arthritis. Yes, arthritis is a fancy name. The underlying problem, the main three that gave birth to arthritis is insulin resistance, sugar problem, sugar. Fatty liver, especially non-alcoholic fatty liver syndrome. You don't drink alcohol, but they're telling you have high cholesterol, you have fatty liver, especially those of you listening to me that have fatty liver. Doctor tells you have fatty liver. Madam, half of your liver is fat. It's only half that is functioning. And you're wondering why you're having health challenge. When God gave you food to function, you've damaged half and it's only half. How did you damage it? Because your body is constantly storing all the excess sugar as fat in the liver and has choked the liver. So the liver cannot even work well, it can't function well again. Previously, 20, 15 years ago, we only see fatty liver in people that drink alcohol. Right now, we see a lot of fatty liver with people who don't even taste alcohol. But they are coming down with serious fatty liver syndromes, especially the non-alcoholic hearts. Why? Insulin resistance underlining, excessive unhealthy fat everywhere. I've talked about PCOS already. Childhood obesity. You see a child at 7, 8, the child is overbloated, you can't control their appetite. They are looking as if they are 20, meanwhile they are 15. Because of the things you feed them. We've noticed there was a day that I witnessed a 12-year-old that is already diabetic. 12-year-old. If you see her, diabetic, full-blown diabetic, 12. But she looks as if she's 21. Osteoarthritis, dementia, I've mentioned them, constant migraine. Today is this side, tomorrow is another side. You can't sleep. Nagging, you just do something small, one small stressful, or it will just come and be hitting you, just as if it's crawling from the back of your neck to your brain or from your ear inside your brain. Obesity, putting excessive weight gain within a short period of time. I tell my ladies, it's easy to gain weight though. You don't have to do anything, you will gain weight. Even if you are not eating well, at the older you get as a man or as a woman, cortisol, remember, stress hormone is there now because you're stressing, you're not sleeping well. So cortisol is high, so your body is already storing fats. So you don't need, you can be starving yourself. You say, I don't eat, though. I don't used to eat. I only even eat once a day. Even that once a day, I'll just eat small like this and that is it. But check your sleep. Check your sleep and check the stress level that you are going through day and night, morning to night, morning, back to back. It's a compounding effect. Heart disease, yes. Stroke, yes. They said he had stroke. Oh. He was driving, he just parked his car. That was it. They said heart attack. Now you know where the heart attack is coming from. Your lifestyle over years has been packing triglycerides everywhere around your organs, excess fat. And you're wondering how you end up with heart attack. And listen to me, you don't have to be fat. In fact, most of the people that have severe high cholesterol, especially triglycerides and LDL, are very slim. Very, very slim. That's why it's important you do the test to know. Because you can look very slim and you are quarter to die. Think of anybody that had stroke that you know of. Are they on the very big side? Don't you have those that are looking very, very slim? Very slim, you say, this one is healthy because person is looking slim, is very healthy. Then you now hear the person has stroke. You're wondering how. So it's not about physical look, all right? It's not about the physical look, all right? So it has nothing to do with that. Now, how to improve your insulin sensitivity? What do you need to do to improve insulin sensitivity? All right? The first thing is exercise. The ladies in our program, The ladies in our program exercise. And I'm not talking about gym. See, one of the beautiful things I love about our program is your grandmother that is in the village that knows how to press phone and snap pictures. Yes, and be on WhatsApp. This will engage her. Because if you mention gym now, she will run. But you see this one, she will be doing it. In fact, 95% of our clients are 45 years and above. Yes, we don't even have young people here because young people feel like I have time, I'm good, I'm strong, I'm okay. I can take, my body is still handling it. Don't worry, you will meet us in front. We're waiting for you. Continue. We have a lot of elderly people that this program is tailored to help them. It doesn't matter where they are, in or out of the country. So you exercise, you need it, especially the older you get, especially strength training or resistance training. You need it to build muscle. Remember, muscle is one of your biggest advantages the older you get. The biggest muscle in your body is the one on your legs. Imagine those legs atrophying and your body will not be able to handle minor things that on a normal, you will just sleep and wake up, it has disappeared. Now it has become a full-blown sickness. Then you need to drop some weight. You need to lose weight. If nobody has told you that, we are telling you now. You need to lose weight. Stop saying, I like the way I am now. I like the way I'm like this. My husband likes me like this. It's a lie. Stop lying to yourself. Tell yourself the truth. The pain, the sleepless nights, the constant urination, all those things you're experiencing, the migraine, the fatigue, the restlessness, the dissatisfaction when you look in the mirror. You need to drop some weight. And we can help you achieve that with our program. And you will not even feel it. You will be having fun in a community of people that are like-minded like you while you are still achieving your goals. All right? Here, we train you to avoid processed sugar. The way you eat will change you. Please, if you are not unwilling to try new things, this is not for you. We can't help you. The one you've been doing it for long. You've been following all the things your doctors told you, Abby. You've been doing it. The reason why you're here is because you know that there has to be something else that can be done. That's why you're here. So if you're unwilling to give what we're asking you to do a trial and see whether this thing they work or not, we are not for you, please. This is not for you. Just kindly just disconnect and be going. But if you really are looking for a solution, you're in the right place already. And I guarantee you, this bus stop is your last bus stop because you will definitely get results here. The food, meal plan, we have a meal plan. We have exactly what you eat twice in a day. There is intermittent fasting there. There is sun check. The accountability system is designed to help you. At the end of each day, you will see it there. This one is not go come. Every single day, the check-ins, we will see, you will mark you so that you will know that you're the one sabotaging yourself. You're the one refusing to do what it takes to help yourself. You eat plenty of proteins and fibers. You sleep, you get good sleep. 7 to 8 hours for adults. Minimum, that's what you need. You can do more if you want. So the program must also help us to help a lot of people improve their sleep because they never thought sleep was a problem or that sleep was the sticky ingredients missing in whatever they thought they were doing. And it has really helped a lot of people bounce back from high blood pressure, high blood sugar, full-blown diabetics, severe arthritis, migraines, severe ulcer, acid reflux, gastric bloat. It has improved a lot of people, helped them improve their lifestyle, make changes to reduce stress. Because of the sleep check and the way we monitor it, you are now conscious of the fact that you need to clock in 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So no matter what you're doing, you're thinking about the timing for your sleeping to make sure that you get enough sleep. Because the truth is, if you get enough sleep, your body will be able to handle the pressure and the stress better. Because at sleep, your body heals and repairs the damage done and prepares ahead of time so that you are ready to face the next day fresh, clean, and revitalized. So it has helped us to help a lot of people too. Now, key takeaways as I wrap up, all right? Insulin resistance is reversible. Don't let anybody lie to you. If you're diabetic type 2, it is reversible. You can actually live without injections, drugs, medications, check-ins, lab tests all the time, pricking yourself 2 days to check the blood sugar and know whether it is good or not. You can live without those things. You can get your health back to that point where it is possible for you to eat things you love eating when you have healed yourself. All right. Small, consistent lifestyle changes, lifestyle shifts, nothing major or dramatic. Simple things we do every single day in our program in a period of 30, 60, or 90 days can help improve your health and take it to the next level. All right. We monitor your blood sugar every 2 days. If you have blood pressure, you check your blood pressure every 2 days minimum and post it with your sleep check, your sun check, your exercise, and your meals. It's an amazing community to be. So you're there complaining you don't have time, you're giving excuses. You see your people that are old enough to give birth to you are dropping their activities there with a lot of energy. And you're there complaining that, I cannot exercise, I cannot do it. Don't worry. You have not spent money in the hospital years. You've not woken up and you feel as if you're dying. Your life is leaving your body. At that point, if they tell you to do anything, you'll be doing it. When you're in and out of hospitals, you've seen all the doctors, all the professionals, all the consultants, and they still can't give you a clear-cut answer of what exactly is wrong with you. And you know inside you, you're dying. And if this thing continues like this, there's no hope. You will take it seriously. All right? We do exercises here. 15 minutes, you're good to go. You're done. We fast here. There's intermittent fasting because in fasting, you speed up your system burning the bad fats. That's the only thing your body can do with all that fat that it's been storing from sugar. It will convert it to glucose. It will convert the fat back to glucose and give you energy. Then we can also introduce you to supplements and other amazing products that the next consultant will be here to discuss and talk about. Like you heard from one of our testifiers, she got the hydrogen bottle and it really, really helped her. She was even getting it for her mom. Then she now found out that, it is something that she herself needed more. So we're going to introduce you to some breakthrough products that you will need to add to whatever you're doing. Then, of course, finally, your sleep. Very, very important. The secret ingredients that ties the rope around every other thing together. So it's not just one thing. You can't be relying on just drugs, medication, and seeing your doctors all the time. You've been doing that for 7 years, 8 years, 6 months. How far? Is there improvement or that thing that is doing you is still doing you? Those of them that have been in our program, you heard their testimony. More testimonies will be coming after this. That suddenly they notice their sleep is better. They wake up with a lot of energy. The weight is dropping. The pain is gone. The sugar is stable. The blood pressure is stable. The gas, bloat, the ulcer back and forth. Suddenly everything is disappearing. And they feel a lot better. So this is what our program is designed to help you achieve. And the best part is this. It is even more advantageous for the elderly people, the people in their late stages of life, 40, 45, 50 and above, because imperfectly we fit in with whatever they have going on. And they don't need to go and get a personal coach, get a nutritionist, be on it. They have everything here, including a check-in accountability system. So it's a huge advantage for you already. All right? You can plug mama in there. Yes, you can plug your elder sister or your brother in there. It doesn't matter what part of the world you are. They will be carried along with the system and the structure we've created. Thank you so much. I believe that you're living here now with a better form of information. And now that you know better, I trust you will do better with what you have heard and take action to make sure that your health this year is better than what it was 3, 4, 5 months ago, 1 year ago. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless you. Chizo, back to